News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
News Talk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
The Colorado Gulch Fire is now down to about 2.5 acres. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Tuesday, August 5th, 2014. A big, hearty thank you to my friend John King, who filled in for me Friday and yesterday, as I had a chance to go out of town, visit my daughter over in Seattle. Had a wonderful time. And so John did an outstanding job. Thank you so much, John. And, of course, since I'm going to the concert tonight and we'll be out very, very late, he has kindly consented to fill in for me tomorrow as well. So I'll be seeing you at the Paul McCartney concert tonight. Okay, all that aside, let's get back to the news. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning, and our newscast this morning sponsored by Temp Right Service for all of your plumbing and air conditioning needs. Still need that. Big time. Call Team Blue 728-1111. The Colorado Gulch Fire was first reported in the Grant Creek area about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It was being aggressively fought last night by multiple agencies. Lolo National Forest spokesman Boyd Hartwig says as of 7 o'clock last night, the wind-driven fire was down to about 2.5 acres, actually as of this morning.
This is a joint effort between the state and the Forest Service and, of course, all the local agencies, rural fire departments in the city. And so there's a lot of engines up there, 4 helicopters, and 2 single-engine air tankers. Helen, a hotshot crew is on scene and probably a collection of local firefighters as well.
Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Paige Pavolone told me last night about 6 that 2 homes had been evacuated, although only 1 was actually occupied. The Colorado Gulch Road was closed last night to all but residents.
The road was subsequently closed to through traffic, so only residents that lived in that community were allowed to enter and exit. And it was closed to media and also to people that wanted to just drive through and then kind of see the fire.
Hardwick says the cause of the fire is still under investigation. It's hot and dry. Missoula County is at very high fire danger right now. The Department of Natural Resources and Conservation is reminding the public to be extremely cautious with all sources of ignition. A 32-year-old Florence woman died and 8 other people were injured in a one-vehicle rollover on I-90 near Alberton. The Highway Patrol said the Florence woman was eastbound just after 2 o'clock Monday morning. When the SUV she was driving went off the left side of the road, she overcorrected back toward the roadway and then back toward the median. The SUV rolled several times. The patrol said the driver was among several people thrown from the SUV not wearing seatbelts. She died at the scene. Her name has not yet been released. A 36-year-old woman and a 36-year-old man from Clinton were all injured, along with an 11-year-old girl, 2 12-year-old boys, and boys ages 10, 2, and 3 months. The extent of all their injuries is not immediately available. Army officials say a court decision on whether individuals and political parties can give unlimited amounts of money to state candidates likely won't be made until after the November 4th elections. The 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals is considering the case after U.S. District Judge Charles Lovell ruled the contribution limits unconstitutional just weeks before the 2012 elections. Then Rick Hill accepted a $500,000 donation from the Montana Republican Party for his unsuccessful gubernatorial campaign before the Ninth Circuit blocked Lovell's ruling on appeal. That stay is still in effect but would be lifted if the appeals court upholds Lovell's ruling. Commissioner of Political Practices Jonathan Modell and plaintiff's attorney Anita Milanovich said yesterday that's not likely to happen before November's election. Modell says the court may schedule oral arguments which would push back the decision still further. Average retail gas prices in Montana have not moved in the past week compared to prices nationwide, which actually fell about 1.5 cents per gallon. Senior petroleum analyst Greg Liskowski with GasBuddy.com has more.
The current statewide average is $3.60 a gallon. That's exactly where we were a week ago, and it's exactly where we were a month ago. A year ago, we were at $3.69 a gallon, so all things considered, we're in pretty good shape right now.
Liskowski says he doesn't expect any new movement in prices in the weeks ahead.
August numbers typically do not come in as strongly as July does. Refineries recognize that consumer demand tends to fall off toward the latter part of the summer. At this time of year, though, going into August, we typically see demand come down a little bit. At the same time, refineries are preparing for the transition back to winter blend gasoline, which comes in September.
Liskowski says July was a very strong month nationwide. He adds that depending upon how things go this month, gas prices will sure to reflect any activity around the world. Officials in northeastern Montana have identified a 27-year-old Moorhead, Kentucky woman who died in a weekend rollover crash near Fort Peck. Highway Patrol Trooper Glenn Quinnell told the Billings Gazette Samantha Kahn died just after 8:30 Saturday morning when she was thrown from a minivan as it rolled. The patrol said Kahn's sister was northbound on Secondary Highway 24 when she became distracted by deer on the side of the road. The minivan drifted off the road. The driver overcorrected. The van went across both lanes of traffic and ended up in the ditch where it rolled. Kahn's 29-year-old sister, who's from St. Marie, was taken to a Glasgow hospital for treatment of her injuries. Cascade County officials have identified the 67-year-old man who died in a single-vehicle crash on Highway 89 just south of Nyhart. The sheriff's office told the Great Falls Tribune Michael Schwartz of Marr County died early last Thursday. The Highway Patrol said Schwartz died sometime between midnight and 2:30 a.m. When his car went off the road and rolled, Schwartz was pinned under the car and died at the scene. We have this story out of Bremerton, Washington. Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies in Washington State are searching for a missing 6-year-old girl who was last seen Saturday night when she went to bed at the family home in East Bremerton. The Sheriff's Office says Janice Paulette Wright was missing Sunday morning, but the family didn't become worried and call for help until Sunday night because she has left the home on previous occasions and wandered around the neighborhood. The search began about 1:30 Monday morning with deputies and volunteers in and around Steel Creek Mobile Home Park. Janice is 3 feet tall, weighs about 45 pounds, has black hair. She'll be a first grader in the coming school year. Well, the Western Montana Fair is here. At its celebration of the week-long event, Mountain Line will be providing zero-fare transit service to and from the fairgrounds. Here's Topher Williams with Mountain Line and says anybody heading to the fair is eligible for this free service.
If you're heading to the Western Montana Fair, tell your driver that you're heading there, and you'll get zero-fare transit. You can also take one of our easy access special shuttles. We have park and ride locations where parking is free. Buses will be serving the Lewis and Clark Transit Center, Dornblazer Stadium, and Southgate Mall every 20 minutes from 12 to 4 p.m. and every 10 minutes between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m.
Good luck getting over to the Adams Center about 11 o'clock. Williams adds that this time of year, Mountain Line is starting something new.
We're providing what we're calling happy hour service to the fairgrounds, starting at 11 a.m. and continuing to 2 p.m. as a way for folks to unwind during their lunch hour by heading out to the fair. One more thing for folks to remember is that they just need to ask their driver for a $1 off admission to the fair. Just talk to them when you get on the bus.
Williams says the new happy hour goes all week. He adds the free coupon for $1 off fair admission can be used any day of the week while the fair is in progress, which is all this week. All right. News Talk time now is 6:10.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Sunshine and dry skies on tap this week. There is an isolated chance of a thunderstorm late this afternoon, but for the most part, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Highs will top out in the low 90s. Overnight lows tonight drop back into the mid-50s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.